Hey food lovers! Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're taking a flavorful journey to the heart of Central Africa, straight to Cameroon. We're making one of the country's most beloved and comforting dishes, beans and plantain stew. But here's the twist. This dish has a history and cultural significance that most people don't know about. So stick around for some mind-blowing facts while we cook up this delicious Cameroonian meal. So, what exactly is beans and plantain stew? It's a hearty, protein-packed dish made with black-eyed peas, or red beans, sweet ripe plantains, tomatoes, onions, and a mix of aromatic spices. Sometimes, it includes palm oil for extra richness. It's a dish that's loved across Cameroon, especially in the mornings or afternoons. But why is it so popular? Well, let's take a quick look at its origins. This dish has its roots in West and Central African cuisine, where beans have been a staple food for centuries. But in Cameroon, it became extra special because of how well it pairs with sweet, ripe plantains. Historically, beans were a cheap and accessible source of protein, making them a favorite for farmers, students, and workers who needed energy throughout the day. Over time, Cameroonians perfected this dish by adding spices, tomatoes, and sometimes smoked fish or meat to make it even richer. While this dish is commonly made at home, you can also find it being sold by roadside vendors and in small food stalls across Cameroon. It's one of the most affordable and satisfying meals you can grab on the go. This dish is sometimes jokingly called poor man's delight, because it uses simple and inexpensive ingredients. But don't be fooled, it's packed with flavor and loved by people from all walks of life. Even top chefs in Cameroon serve gourmet versions of it. Believe it or not, plantains weren't always accessible to everyone in Cameroon. In the past, they were seen as a luxury food, mainly for wealthier families. Over time, as farming increased, plantains became a staple, and now they're a key part of this dish. While Cameroon has its unique version, other African countries have their own take. In Nigeria, a similar dish called eva riro is made, though without plantains. In Ghana, beans are often paired with kelewele, spicy fried plantains, instead of being stewed together. Because beans and plantain stew is so filling and nutritious, it's one of the top meals eaten by students and workers in Cameroon. It's affordable, gives long-lasting energy, and is easy to find in local markets. In some Cameroonian traditions, beans are believed to symbolize abundance and good fortune. Eating beans regularly, especially at the start of the year, is thought to bring prosperity. The classic version of this dish is vegetarian, but some people love adding smoked fish or crayfish to give it an intense umami flavor. This version is especially popular in coastal regions of Cameroon. This dish is high in protein, fiber, and essential vitamins. The beans provide plant-based protein, while the plantains offer natural sugars and potassium. When cooked with palm oil, it also contains healthy fats that are great for brain function. The sweetness of the plantains and the richness of the beans make this one of the most comforting dishes ever. One secret to getting the perfect taste is using plantains that are ripe but still slightly firm. If they are too ripe, they might become too mushy in the stew, and if they are not ripe enough, they won't have the natural sweetness that balances the dish. In some regions of Cameroon, people love adding ground peanuts or peanut butter to the stew. This adds a nutty flavor and a creamy texture, making it even richer and more satisfying. Traditionally, beans and plantain stew is 100% plant-based. However, some families like adding smoked fish, beef, or even crayfish for extra protein and umami flavor. This makes the dish adaptable for both vegetarians and meat lovers. Beans and plantains have been eaten together for generations, long before the dish became popularized in urban areas. Village elders often recall eating it as children, passed down through family traditions. If you love spice, you have to try pepper beans, a version of this dish that includes extra hot chili peppers. It's especially popular in the western regions of Cameroon, where people enjoy bold and fiery flavors. Muslims in Cameroon often eat beans and plantain stew to break their fast during Ramadan. It's packed with protein, fiber, and energy, making it a perfect meal after a long day of fasting. Some families add a tiny bit of nutmeg or bay leaves while cooking the beans to give them an extra layer of depth. This small touch makes a big difference in the overall flavor. Because beans are cheap and easy to store for long periods, this dish is a lifesaver in rural areas where access to fresh food is limited. Many families rely on beans and plantain stew as a nutritious and budget-friendly meal. This dish is high in iron, folate, and essential vitamins, making it a go-to meal for pregnant women and nursing mothers in Cameroon. The combination of beans and plantains provides energy and nourishment. What do you think? Would you try beans and plantain stew? Let me know in the comments below. And if you love discovering new foods from around the world, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.